Do couples really need alone time? Hi from the
English Sisters.
And welcome to this episode of Get Real with the English Sisters.
Hello again.
Do couples really need alone time?
Yeah. Do they?
Do they? Well, I do.
I
know
do.
in my couple I do.
I do.
I think my hubby would say he does as well.
Gosh, your hubby would definitely say that.
Mm.
He really does like his alone time.
He likes to be in his den.
Yeah, in his little cave. But do you think that sometimes it can be misinterpreted? I mean, how does that make you feel when he goes
Well,
away?
I remember at the beginning, like
Yeah.
when the kids were little, and I would notice that he wouldn't like it if when they were really tiny, it would go, hello, daddy, 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 and it's all cute, cute,
it's all
cute.
cute, yeah.
But when they were older and they would go like to high school and things, I remember he would just go off, and I would think, oh, he's not even talking. And then I would see he would maybe go off and have a drink or something and just relax for a bit.
Yeah.
And I would think, why is he going off? Doesn't he want to talk to me? And then he explained that he needed to be just to unwind a little bit.
Yeah.
Mm.
Actually, experts say that when men do have time alone, what they're doing is that they're sort of rebuilding their testosterone
Levels.
Yeah, so back to a healthy level.
I think I did know about that, so I just sort of let him go.
Yeah.
Without feeling...
I remember you telling me something about that, but that was a bit more recent.
But then I remember also our cousin said that he would actually go and hide in the car. Do you remember when his kids were little?
Yeah.
He wouldn't actually go home because he couldn't actually handle going home straight away. So he would stay in his car and like read in the car for half an hour before going home.
But then he would feel guilty about it because he even like confessed it to us, which was a bit odd, wasn't it?
But it was many years later, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't remember now. It was a long time ago. But I remember thinking, gosh, that's, can't you just tell your wife? But I suppose he couldn't tell his wife because she was probably so overwhelmed with the little kids that she was dying for him to get home.
Yeah, but sometimes it's not about just having babies or little kids. It's just the couple.
No, lots of the times it isn't.
There are no other people, either children
or
other people, but it's just the person that when you come home, or even what about if you are at home, like at the weekend, and you
I
just
think when you are at home, you have to I think you have to understand that. You don't have to understand, but I think it makes a relationship probably stronger if you do understand that people need alone time. But I think it can be hard if you're not that kind of person, if you don't need it.
Yeah, or if you're somebody that's almost, I don't want to say scared, but maybe not used to being alone at all. And that, you have to sort of learn to be used to being alone, because a lot of the times it takes a little bit of getting used to, doesn't it?
Well, I think if you've grown up in a large family and you're always used to being around loads of people, if you've always used to having lots of friends and people come over and lots of grown up in a big community. I mean, I remember from when we were little, I think we're quite introverted because we always wanted to be on our own.
On our own, you've just said it. You did not want to be alone.
Alone, I did some of the time I did because I wanted to read my book loads of times.
Yeah, you were reading your books for hours on end.
I wasn't alone, I was reading my book.
No, but that is alone time. No, that's alone time. Yeah, you're doing an activity or watching
something
telly
on my own.
Or something on your own. You definitely wanted to be alone a lot of the time.
I wouldn't want to be disturbed.
No. So, yeah. You say, I'm going off to read my books. And I would think, gosh, she's always got so many books to read.
Did you?
Yeah. But then you got me hooked onto them. They were so cute, those books you used to read.
They were cute because we'd go to the library to get them. Do you remember?
We would go to the library. It was so cute.
Still remember the smell of the library.
And I remember the library card. Yeah. That little card that when I got it.
So lovely.
It was an experience.
It was special, wasn't it?
It was special.
When we had our own library card, you could just go and get any book you wanted.
And I used to get anxiety about not returning the books.
Because we used to think, how can children lose books in a tiny house? I would always kind of lose a book.
I don't
And
know.
I couldn't find it
And there'd
for
be the
ages.
anxiety
And the
around it.
anxiety of thinking, oh my gosh, I
Thinking
can't
like
find the book.
librarian was going to really tell you off and not let you
Well,
get any more books
also,
out.
because I mean, we weren't wealthy, so it was a big problem for us. It's not like now your parents are probably just say, "Oh well, never mind."
Yeah, they may say that, they may not. It certainly does increase the
think-
sense of responsibility if you know you
Yeah,
have
the
to
responsibility
return.
was very much there.
That's what I mean. The enjoyment of reading the book was great, and
They don't take in great care in it.
yeah, then you had to take such great care because you knew it was not your property and that it must be returned. So it was like this special thing, and you had like a week or something. How many days did you have? You had to read
No,
it.
I think
in?
it was a month, wasn't it?
A month.
Well, I can't remember now.
It was funny though, yeah. But that was.
But they still
Why are we
exist,
talking about
libraries.
that now?
I don't know. Because of the alone time.
Oh yeah.
But I think that in a healthy relationship, it's important to have alone time, but not too much. Because, like, some people complain that their partners always want to be on their own and they don't have, like, they don't do enough together.
Yes.
So
yes.
it's important to have time together and make time for each other
like we
and
time.
not neglect
Yes.
the other person.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yeah, because what can happen with alone time? It can be very enjoyable. And you can just say, yeah, I just like chilling alone, but you have to also remember that in a couple there has to be you time, but there also has to be enough, we time, like us time, whatever you want to call it, time
together.
Yeah, where you feel that you're doing something together, and something that's enjoyable, I guess, and not just like, I don't know, like menial tasks and things. Like as you say, yeah, we do things together. We clean the house together or something.
That's not together. I mean, it is together. It's very bonding if you do
It's
those
teamwork,
kind
isn't
together.
it?
Yeah, no, it is together. But I mean, you have to spend time enough to listen to your partner.
Quality time.
Quality time
yeah.
to listen. I suppose if you're doing the housework together and listening to each other, it was
Yeah,
like switching off.
Yeah, that's not
It's
what I
not
mean.
enough,
No, it's
is
not
it?
enough. No, to have a really strong bond, you need like special time when
You
it's
need
just.
like date nights and things, don't you?
Yeah, I think, but they normally just happen once a week. So is
Yeah.
that enough
No,
we time for a couple? No,
Not really.
not at all.
no. We have we created.
Not at all.
I respect the fact that my husband wants to have his alone time, like when he gets back from work, but then we talk at dinner. And
Yeah.
I've come to understand that he doesn't particularly like being interrupted midway if he's doing something.
So you just leave him.
So I leave him and I'll talk about things at dinner.
You wait for the time.
Yeah, I won't just
is
start
right.
blurting out a conversation about something, unless it's urgent, obviously.
Obviously, yeah.
But just at a random time, like I might do with you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Even with you, I respect. If I know you're doing something, I do keep quiet. It's not as if I just blurt things out.
No. It is interesting to notice that, there are so many different ways people feel about being alone, and there's also social stigma around being alone in some cultures, for example. I mean,
Well,
even
that's
in
what
the
Mum
Western.
used to say about us. She used to say
Yeah.
we always wanted to be alone, and she didn't understand it. She always wanted to do everything with us.
Well, that's because we have this twin thing going on, even though we're not real twins, we're sisters, but we created this like little bond, even like almost like our own little language. We would talk, and so there was probably a sense of exclusion there. Yeah, but she was definitely somebody.
She didn't like being on her
She did not
own.
like being on her own. No, I find that I am very different from like Mum, and I do really enjoy being alone. But depending on how much time, I wouldn't want to be alone for, like one day is enough for me. Even though actually experts say that all the alone time we actually really need in a day is about 20 to 30 minutes of just
Well,
like
yeah, you
pure
don't need
alone
that
time.
much.
So, yeah, you don't need that much alone time every day.
But some people do need more than that, I would say.
I think so. That sounds really, really, that sounds ridiculous to
For me, it does
and
sound.
for you, yeah.
But of course, we haven't got our kids are grown up now, so we don't have all the. When our children were little, we
You
wouldn't
didn't
think
get that much
we didn't think
alone
we
time.
needed that much then. alone time.
No, you'd get like, I don't know, when they were asleep. You'd get barely no alone time. But yeah, I suppose that's true, yeah. Depends on what
Depends
stage
what
you're
stage
going
in your
through
life
in your
you're going
life.
through,
Yeah.
To how much time you can actually have alone. And then I think sometimes you can have too much time alone and become a bit of a loner without realising
and
it, and then enjoy it and then neglect your partner.
Definitely. In a couple, you can neglect the partner and just think, oh, it's okay, I'll go alone. Yeah, like, that is so true. Yeah. So what you have to, I think what we all have to understand is that if somebody sort of like is making an obvious sign, one of the couple, that they don't want to talk, or they want to, or they go into another room, I mean, that's pretty obvious, and they start doing something else, like go on their computer.
Yeah, but there's those people that follow them around.
Yeah, they follow them around and continue talking.
Yeah.
And because they're not really understanding that, and it can sound rude as well, can't it, to say, I just want to be alone. It's like, whoa, what's happened? Have I done something? You know, you could start thinking,
you feel guilty.
Yeah. And so making the other person in the couple feeling guilty about this, to the point like what our cousin would have to do, hide in the car and just pretend.
Or tell lies about when they're coming home as well. Some people do.
Yeah, telling lies, yeah. Or
But
just,
white lies. I'm
obviously.
coming back. I'm just. But really, they're just
sitting somewhere.
Maybe
alone.
at work. Even,
I mean, this might relate to you as well. So I think a healthy suggestion would be to actually tell the person that you're with,
to
and
open up.
Yeah, look, really, honestly, I love you so much. You know, I really enjoy being with you. But biologically, I feel that I really need my alone time. And this has nothing to do with you. That sounds bad.
And then they believe you.
They just say, oh, they just don't like me. Don't love me as much as I love you. What would they say?
Yeah, I think if you are a person that's used to being, like if this relates to you and you are someone that's used to not being alone, always used to being with loads of people, I think you might think, oh,
I'm unworthy.
Yeah,
of the
it's
attention.
something that's happened. Have I done something? You may not understand completely why that person needs to be alone.
I think that one of the things that you have to understand is to, try and just realise that when you are alone, you're alone in your own mind. So that it, obviously if your mind is calm, if it's free from anxiety, if it's not free from anxiety, then it's not nice being alone, because your thoughts will invade you, and maybe that's why a lot of people don't like being alone. They always constantly have to be listening to something or be with somebody.
Yeah, but listening to something is being alone, isn't it?
It is kind of, yeah. Yeah, that is being alone, really, yeah. But if you're not with somebody else. But yeah, can't remember what I was saying now. I went on to think about somebody we were helping the other day that was saying they could never be alone.
Yeah, I think if you can't be alone, and it's because you when you're alone you worry and you're anxious, and then maybe explain that to your partner as well, and then maybe you can work on that with your partner, with your therapist, and understand why it's so difficult for you to be alone. Sometimes you may have a fear of abandonment or extreme anxiety, and there are coping techniques you can
absolutely.
You can adopt.
You can get help.
You can get help. But I think for a lot of people, it's not just that. It's just you feel a bit rejected. You might think, oh, I want to go and talk to them. I don't like the fact
especially if you're away from work or something.
Yeah, why don't they want to talk to me?
9 hours without me, 8 hours.
But you have to think that person's been at work. They've been talking to other people. They haven't had time to chill.
They've been interacting with other people that's not really recharging, is it? That's depleting your energy.
For people that need to be alone, it's very depleting.
It's very depleting, yeah. For like the introverts, I think, you get extremely tired, even though you might enjoy it. Because, like, I would say I'm an introvert and I would enjoy talking to somebody.
Because that's also because you're a little bit extroverted. Not
it?
complete. I think most of us are, but not all of us. Some are really introverted and some are really extroverted.
Well, whatever the label is.
The label is a label.
It's just a feeling, yeah. It's just a feeling of thinking, okay, I've really had fun when I'm talking to those, that and that, but now I really want my time alone.
Yeah, I need to
And
be
then
quiet.
the more time I'm quiet, the more time I feel energized, and creative thought processes can come into my mind, and my mind can just wander. I don't
like
have to
have
interact.
quiet time when I just don't even have any music
Yeah,
or
me
anything.
too.
Just listen to the birds outside.
Yeah, nothing. Just nothing. Just gazing out into nothing.
Into the horizon.
Yeah, if
No,
you can see
while
that-
I'm doing things, but just be quiet.
Yes.
Just have nice quiet around me.
Yeah, I like that as well.
But it's not for everyone.
It's not for
But
everyone.
it's important to acknowledge, I think.
Yeah, and not to be freaked out, not to think,
to
just
be
say,
judgy.
oh, that's what they want, that's what she wants, that's what he wants, that's what they want.
To
They
understand.
just need to be alone. And if you could just give them permission to be alone, say, okay, now you can have this, you'll have like 1 hour, 2 hours, and then afterwards maybe we can meet somewhere, even if it's just in the house. Let's meet up. Even if you're just
And have a
there.
chat.
Yeah, even if they've just got their headphones on, because, do you know what I mean? But we just have a little chat later.
Mm.
And you're still allowing space, allowing for this alone time.
Well, I think yes, and I think it can be an underlying basic need for people to feel as if they need to be alone when they're within a couple. And if that need isn't met, it can even lead to the couple breaking up.
Well,
unfortunately, as we've seen with
As
our
we've,
clients.
yes, it can definitely.
So it's,
And it was just with the particular client, it was just a question of just saying, being able to express the fact that I actually need time alone without feeling guilty, and by trying to convey the fact that it's not because I don't like you or love you. It's simply because this isn't just for couples. It could be also with people that live together.
Yeah, friends.
You
good
know,
friends.
students, friends, yeah, it's practically for anyone.
Just to respect the space.
Yes, just say, you know, if they go off and they close their door, don't think, oh, they don't like me much.
Also, I think alone time as well. If you've had an argument or something, give that person space to just be alone for a bit. You know, don't always
Definitely.
want to barge in and try and say your
And try and
piece.
fix it
Yeah, fix
immediately. That is such a common error. Like, you've had an argument and then you immediately want it all to be blown over, or you want to help the other person feel better. Sometimes it's just, they really do need to get over the...
They need a little bit of space, but maybe not too much. You don't want to build a wall of silence.
Oh, no.
No, so you
But the
want-
wall is not
to
built with
calibrate.
30 to 1 hour time.
No.
In the case of an argument, the actual rage peak,
Yeah.
it's like a wave. So it'll come, it'll start growing, then it rises to the peak, and that usually takes about 20 to 30 minutes, and then there's a decrease. So if you wait for like an hour, you're on the safe side.
I would say so.
If you're like 40 minutes, 50 minutes, then okay, then if you want to approach and say, okay, I'm sorry, because sometimes you won't, the sorry won't be accepted so fast.
No.
It's like a different thing, but
That's
it's
a
always
different thing. But it's still about respecting space, isn't it?
it
And
is,
boundaries.
yeah, respecting space in all aspects of your life, really, whoever you're living with.
Well, what do you think? Do you need alone time? Do you feel as if you recharge when you're alone? Do you feel as if you really need to be alone? And maybe you have these issues where your partner or your friends, whoever you're living with, don't feel that, and they think that you're weird or why? Let us know.
They get upset.
They get upset, yeah. Let us know, and I'd love to hear what your feelings are on this matter.
And remember that if you do need alone time, it is actually a biological need.
Exactly.
So you can always hang on to that and say, look, this is this is my need as a human. I need this. I recharge.
Yeah, it's perfectly normal.
It's normal. It's like eating, drinking, and
Yeah, it's like a
and
recharging a battery.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's nothing to be ashamed of.
No.
It's just really
Not
good for
at all.
not for your mental health. It's necessary. Okay.
Remember to follow us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, wherever you get your podcast, and also come and see us on YouTube,
On YouTube, yeah.
where we have a video recording of the podcast. And please do share this podcast with your family and friends if you found it useful.
Yeah.
We'd love to hear from
We'd
you.
love to hear from you and just join our family.
Join our family, help us grow. See you soon.
See you soon.
Bye from the English Sisters.
Sisters.
Lots of love.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.